Okay, so just a quick update on progress. So we are now, what is the date today? Date today is 20th of November. Now, one thing that got me started on Carnivore this time around was just simply the timing. And I saw, I think it was Dr. Anthony Chafee had put up No Meat November. And I love a good, simple moniker to go on to make it feel like, yes, this is the time. So, no meat November seems as good as any. We don't have any months that start with C. There's no carnivore, January. There's none of that. So, no meat November sounded good, felt good, timing felt good. So, jumped in. It's also really easy to just count the days to look back and go, oh, wait, how long's it been? Yeah, since the 1st of November, since then. So 20th of November now, 20 days, going strong. Really enjoying it, really loving it. But similar to the last update, a few little caveats, a few little asterisks on things to tweak, things to improve, and why progress has been good, but maybe not great. Um, yeah, so again, just for full transparency, still haven't been super clean. Have had moments like for a day or two in amongst this string where it's been what I would consider super clean carnivore, super pure carnivore. And by that, I mean basically meat, salt, water. Um, yeah. So I've had a couple of days together of that, and it's been the days where I've just had steak for lunch, steak for dinner, just some coffees, maybe a little bit of even like some sort of zero sugar, zero calorie, like solo sort of a lemon fizzy drink here in Australia. That have been those days, even with that little bit, those days as close to pure as I've gotten have been days where I've felt like, oh yeah, yeah, hang on. Yeah, this is good. This is different. Just that little bit more energy, clarity, lightness, clarity of thinking. And then the messier days in between. And by messy, I'm going to offend some people because I recognize it's the really cheap option. And I think from what I've heard from other people online is that minced meat for them can be really good. I haven't loved it the few times along the way where I've had mince. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's coincidence. I don't know if it's other variables or if it's just the mince versus the steak. Just hasn't felt as good. I felt a little bit sort of heavier. Yeah, heavier mood wise. And I don't, nothing too dramatic, still feeling good. But yeah, so that's been interesting and something I'll keep an eye on. But especially as I get cleaner with it all, where it's just very much mince and nothing else versus steak and nothing else. That'll be an interesting experiment anyway. Just the truck. Um, yeah, so I think so far so good. Finding it really easy, but full disclosure, I did just an hour ago have a couple of pieces of chocolate. But again, coming back to the point I made before, I'm keeping an eye on that, making sure it doesn't get out of hand. And if it's this tiny amount along the way, it's not that I'm saying that's fine, I'm happy with that. That's my carnivore version is just to be carnivore but have chocolate. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's very much okay. I'm still counting this stretch as carnivore. I'm feeling some positive effects, and I'm wanting to tweak that and eliminate, reduce, and eliminate that. But I'm not going to reset the count. I'm not going to give in to that all or nothing thinking that I think can be really detrimental, and has been in my stop start failed attempts in the past. So with that in mind, yes, been a little bit messy today. I just had that rather than having that and beating myself up. Okay. Oh man, it's terrible. I failed carnivore. I failed this. again, like previous videos, when I say diet, I mean diet as in diet just describes what you eat. A lion's diet is meat. A koala's diet is eucalyptus leaves. You know, a cat's diet is cat food. No, sorry. Dog's diet is whatever you put in front of it. That's what I mean. I don't mean diet in terms of a restrictive thing that I'm doing for a while to lose weight. On that point of losing weight, though, is currently dropped. So, like I said, 20 days coming up on 3 weeks. I've dropped about 4 kilos so far, which is huge. And again, like I said before, I've really noticed that the days when I am more just steak and little else focused are the days where I seem to get through little plateaus and just go to that next, drop a bit more overnight. So that's been interesting. And again, check that with mince. The other caveat to the mince thing as well, the mince versus steak comparison is I've been having that mince with a bit of cheese. So a bit of shredded cheese melted through, which is delicious. But there's a fair potential that's adding a lot of different effects, slowing weight loss a little bit there as well. But yeah, look, all over, feeling good, feeling a bit clearer, a bit lighter, a bit more energy, a bit more motivation. Like I said before, though, and I think again, partly because it's been a little inconsistent, been a little sort of rocky on and off, a little extra bits thrown in like caffeine, some coffees with dairies, some of these zero sugar drinks that are part of my stepping down process. Um, some of those influences, maybe it's sort of minimizing the impact so far. But again, I just want to be transparent and honest about it and not be maybe counterbalance for people's expectations. We're seeing all these other videos going, I was carnivore for 1 day and my eczema cleared up and suddenly I could see through walls and blah, 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 and whatever else. Yeah, that might come. Maybe not the seeing through walls, but something might come. But we'll see. Yeah, just going to be really transparent, really honest with it, and not exaggerate and not over exuberant. Yeah. So that if that does come, hopefully in context, you'll be able to realize, oh, okay, no, I can put that in context of here's what he was before, here's how he's reacting to it now, and how he's expressing that. Yeah, the other thing is just curious to me on this point of counting the days, how you count them. Do you stop and reset each time you go slightly off course? As well as this idea of, well, it was no meat November that, somewhere out there on the interwebs, Dr. Chafee had termed it. And that felt like enough motivation and sort of nice, clean start point, easy for me to count the days. I think that stuff can be useful, can be a really good motivation, thinking about the days, thinking about the calendar time of when it sits in can be really useful. The flip side of that, of course, is there's no perfect time to start. There never is. If you're anything like me, you look ahead and you go, I've got that social thing coming up this weekend. I've got that next social thing after that. And I've got this wedding, or I've got this whatever. Oh, and then Christmas is coming up. What am I going to do with that? Maybe I should wait to start after then. If you get into that mindset, you're never going to start. You're never going to start. Even if you decided, hey, look, I've got a 3 week stretch here where I don't have anything that's going to interrupt it, let me do that. Even if you decide then for a few days, for a week, with lots of events happening, that you're going to step back from it and not do it, the very worst, you've still got those 3 weeks of good, solid experience and progress there and healthier eating. Then you can go, oh, cool, and then build off that the next time. Yeah, and like I say, with me, it's been very minor deviations. So feel free as well to take that approach too, and just go, I'm still counting that, still rolling through. Is it as clean or as sort of perfect as I would like it? No, maybe not, but that's fine. You'll know you make your own decisions for what it means for you and what being on or off it means for you. I see it as long as I'm still marching forwards with it, as long as I'm still making forwards progress. If there's a little sort of stumble off the path, like one foot slips off the side of the path for a moment, then I'm straight back on. I'm not going to go, all right, time to head all the way back again and start again. No, I'm going to keep moving forwards. Yeah. So take my results then with that in mind, with a grain of salt in that context. Yeah, my next steps, my next goals with this are going to be to take out the fizzy drinks, those extra like the zero sugar things, which I think are garbage and are full of all sorts of chemical crap, but are helping me as that little treat, like I said. Of course, along the way, those drinks and like a couple of pieces of chocolate I just had, those do not help the cravings go away. Those do not help those cravings diminish. So, am I doing myself a disservice in terms of reducing those cravings? Yep, absolutely. Am I finding it easier to stay on with that at the same time? And especially with that mindset shift? Yes, absolutely. So, it's a bit of a trade off right now. Um, yeah. And I often think of, especially with things like this, things where you're fighting against cravings and self control, as rather than a quickly closing fist of like, I've got it or I don't have it, holding it or I'm not. Think of it. This may be a strange analogy, but I think of it more as like you're catching a fish. If you try to close your fist, clench your self control, make it perfect, black or white, all or nothing, make it perfect, yes or no. If you're catching a fish like that, if your self control approach mindset is like that, like bang, that fish, of course, is going to slip out of your hand. It's gone. And you just got to start again. Whereas if you have that, I don't know if you've ever seen videos of people catching, I don't know if it's salmon or some sort of fish, trout or something. They just slowly come in and cup their hand where it's sitting under little ledges on the riverbank, hiding in the shadows there. They cup in, they slowly, and then they just slowly grab and hold the fish. That's the approach. That's the mindset I've been taking with the whole self-control thing is, yeah, you slowly bring it in, you improve, you get better and better and better, you bring it in. It's not by any means a all things in moderation. It's fine. It's good enough. It's not that mindset. It's very much the mindset. No, I want to keep improving this, but as I know myself and as I know my capacity and where pushing too far might mean I slide off this and just give up and have this years of just stop start and never making progress. No, rather than doing that, I'm going to just slowly come in, just slowly grip a bit tighter, make progress. The self control fish, the fish wriggles a bit, and they go, oh no, I've had a piece of chocolate, I've had a bit of this. Okay, no, okay, I've still got it. That's the approach, and that's what I'm finding personally is a lot more beneficial. A for how I feel about the progress, how I feel about myself in the process, and thus from that better motivation, a better sense of self efficacy, a better sense of I can do this. And then along with that, my eating's just been so much better over the last three weeks than if I had gone, I'm either on or off. I can have this food, I can't have that food. No, it's very much I can have whatever I want. I can have this if I want. But I might say to myself, yeah, I can have this. Do I want to have it? Yes, in some ways, there's a craving there, there's an urge there, there's maybe social pressure in some situations, there's all sorts of things. But by and large, do I want to have it? No. If I do have it, am I going to beat myself up? No. But I'm going to talk to myself, going to be strict and go, okay, yeah, I do. It's cool. One foot slipped off the path. Yeah, back on. With the other analogy, yeah, that little fish I was trying to hold on to wriggled a little bit. but I'm just sort of adjusted and I'm still squeezing in. So that's the sort of progress, I guess, on the mindsets so far. Yeah, another week or so will be coming out in a month. So, like I started saying before, focus now is going to be more so on eliminating some of those soft drinks. I'm going to be eliminating dairy as well. So no cheese, no milk. Then after that, next thing I will look at is eliminating caffeine, which is going to be a big one. Now that mostly comes, especially once I've eliminated any of those sort of zero sugar soft drinks, and it's like zero sugar Coke, for example. The caffeine then is going to be long blacks, which I love. But I'm just curious to get rid of that, just so I can get a really clean, clear idea of energy without it, mental clarity, mental focus without it, and energy levels through the day without any of that noise of spikes or drops from caffeine and post caffeine. So next, eliminating the extra stuff, the drinks and the dairy. Next after that, eliminating the caffeine. See how we go. Wish me luck.